Hey everybody, welcome to another Tailboard Meetings with Jesus podcast. This is episode 84. And this is going to be I say this about every time, but this is going to be a totally different podcast. Totally different than anything I've done before. I'll go ahead and start off by saying we're a little less than a week away from Christmas, so Merry Christmas. I hope everybody has a good holiday season. Hopefully you can get some rest and some time off and get relaxed and refreshed. But that's one thing I want to talk to you about tonight is taking care of yourself. And this is, again, not a Christian podcast, I don't guess, tonight. This is just a get real and talk to you podcast. I felt like God was leading me to do this. It's actually Derek's turn to do the podcast, and I contacted him this week and told him that I felt led to take care of it. And so I just want to talk to you a little while tonight about being able to realize the stresses and the trauma that we go through as first responders, responding to these different calls. I've been in the fire service for 33 years now, and there's calls that I can remember from probably 30 years ago, just like it happened yesterday. Just like I was on the call yesterday. I can see the faces. I can smell the smells of the call. And I'm sure that some of you can identify with that. Some of you that's been in the service for a while, I'm sure that there's little triggers that, you might be riding down the road and pass an area that you ran a bad car crash at, and you see it just like it happened that day or night. Or maybe there's a sound that will trigger you. Or maybe there's a smell that will trigger you. Back 30 plus years ago, when you run those bad calls, it was basically you got back to the station and everybody said, hey, that's just part of the culture. That's part of the job. Suck it up and go on. And that's what we done. We stuck those images in the little box in the back of our mind, and we closed that box down. But then every so often, that box will open and we'll see those images. We'll have those flashbacks, or maybe you had those right after the call. You couldn't sleep, or you'd close your eyes and you would see those images. Maybe it's still happening today. The things that we see as first responders, whether you're law enforcement, whether you're fire, whether you're EMS, whatever your profession is, whether you're volunteer or you're paid, it don't matter. We're still running the same calls. We still see the same things. We still have to deal with the same type incidents. But those things, they make you into who you are. And the way you deal with that traumatic experience will make you who you are to yourself, to your family, to your friends. And sometimes I'm not a very nice person. And I've thought back to some of the calls that I've ran over the years, and the way maybe I treated my family after that call. Maybe I was real short with them, or maybe I didn't want to deal with them, or maybe I just wanted to be left alone. Just let me go sit by myself, and and I'll be okay. And and that's what we always tell ourselves: oh, we're going to be okay. We'll be fine. And we go 2 or 3 nights and we don't sleep good, and then we finally get to sleeping good, or maybe we have to drink a little something to help us sleep, or maybe we have to find something to take our mind off of the experience that we went through on that call. As I was getting this podcast together and just kind of thinking about what I was going to say, and by the way, I'm sitting here with really nothing in front of me. I'm just speaking to you just straight from me, from my experiences and the things I've went through. And I'm hoping that maybe something I say can help one or two of you, or all of you, as far as that goes. But I was looking through and trying to decide, what I was going to say, and I found a book, and the name of the book is Bulletproof Spirit. It's Bulletproof Spirit. The First Responder's Essential Resource for Protecting and Healing Mind and Heart. And it's written by a police officer, but it's very applicable to any emergency services personnel, any first responder. And he actually talks about all branches of first responders in the book. I like about one or two more chapters, and I'll be done with the book, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you checking it out, and I think you'll find some stuff in it that will help you identify some stuff that maybe you've have dealt with in the past, or maybe that you're dealing with now. It made me really realize what I had done in the past and why I had done the things I had done. Again, the irritability, the anger, the loneliness. There's so many things that this book talks about, and I think that you would all find it very helpful. And it is available on Amazon. You can buy it for a Kindle or paperback book, and it's also available on Audible as a audio book. But I do highly recommend that book. It's got some good resources in it. It's got some great information in it. So check that out. But I wanted to give you a few statistics from back in 2017. So these are some older statistics. But it was talking about first responder deaths, and there was a survey done, and there was 93 line of duty deaths that year for firefighters and EMTs through this survey. And then there was 129 law enforcement line of duty deaths. So 93 firefighter EMT line of duty deaths and 129 law enforcement. But do you know that for firefighters and EMTs, there was 103 suicides? And that same number for law enforcement, there was 140 law enforcement suicides in 2017. So we can see there that both in fire, EMS, and in law enforcement, that suicides deaths were higher than line of duty deaths. And this is an article from the USA Today, from, like I said, 2017. The name of the article, if anybody would like to read it, is "Silence Can Be Deadly." 46 officers were fatally shot last year. More than triple that, 140 committed suicide. And those numbers, I'm sure, have drastically went up. I didn't do a whole lot of research here lately, but suicide is a real problem in emergency services, and a lot of it is because we're bottling that stuff up. We're taking it with us, and we're not letting it go. So I encourage you to check out that book. I'm going to place a small pamphlet on the Facebook page, and I'm going to try to get it on our website too. But it's Beyond Surviving. It's from traumatic stress to wellness, and it gives you some key factors and some things to look for. And I encourage you to check some of that stuff out. I encourage you to reach out to us if we can ever help you. Reach out to somebody. Find you somebody in your department, or find somebody that you can trust, that and just sit down and just talk. A lot of times talking it out is all that has to happen, but sometimes it needs more. But again, our information is on the website, on Facebook. You're more than welcome to reach out to us. I know Derek and myself would love to talk with you. If you just need somebody to talk to, that's what we want to do. That's what we're here for. So check out our website. Check it out, our Facebook page. That information is on there. And again, as I get ready to close, I just want you to know that you're not alone, and you're not going through this alone. You don't have to go through it alone. You have your coworkers, you have your family, you have God to lean on. You can reach out to us here at Tailboard Meetings with Jesus. We'd love to talk to you. But as I close, we're a little less than a week away from Christmas. So I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. And we'll be in 2025 here before you know it. And I hope everybody has a Happy New Year. And as I always say, everybody take care. God bless. And we'll be praying for you. If you need us, don't hesitate to reach out. And again, everybody have a good Christmas. And we will talk to you later.